Hello YouTube. I thought today I was going to tell you how to activate your magic. Right. Not many people know this truth, but I can tell you how to activate your magic. So people say they all have answers, but they don't know the truth. The truth is magic only works when you have no food in your belly. No, magic is a part of your desire. If you desire something, it will happen. But having no food in your belly is more of a non-distraction. Because if your body's busy making energy from food into energy, or destroying the food to produce energy. So anyway, what is it that I know that's not so, you probably want me to get to the point right away, right? So here's the thing. This old queer guy who I knew, well, not queer, but I thought he was just going to be a mentor. So he mentored me about magic, the truth of the dark magic. Well, I don't know if it's dark, but it's a good description. So think of magic as dark, okay? But anyway, so one of the keys is a group of people, when you talk them into something, because of their mind, they're all using their energy, the combined energy and focus. It makes it work faster. Okay? All like batteries, and yeah. So it's late in the afternoon, it's in the evening now, and I'm recording a dark video. I don't want any pictures of knowledge of who I am or what I am. You may or may not recognise my voice or not. So they taught me in a group that if you get the group to focus on a cloud, get them all to repeat the same word in their mind, but while doing it they have to point with their mind at a cloud. But he said he's going to point out a cloud by description, and everyone's to focus on it. So they focused on it, and then he just told them the task to repeat in their mind that task. And you'll see it happening. You'll see it happening. So this is like a group hypnotism thing. And to practice this as a group first is a good way to be a part of the magic field, electric field. But eventually, in your own time, in the quiet time of your own time, find a little cloud, the smallest cloud you can find, and repeat over and over and over, disappear, 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 and talk yourself into believing that you can see yourself able to command it to be done. See it doing. See it happening. See all of it going into it. Into its capability of disappearing. And there's disappear, and then there's reappear, there's grow bigger. Bigger. I always say bigger, grow bigger. More cloud, come close, come bigger. Grow, expand. And so there's very many things you can use that with. But you practice with learning about the thumb, the finger, the next fingers. And it's commonly known as earth is the thumb. Then water, wind, fire. And then the last one is either wood or metal. So I just call it wood and metal. Now you've learnt to activate your ability to manipulate matter by mind over matter, by speaking it into being, believing it into being. So these are the magics. There is thought over that's magic. Thought magic, that's the highest. And then there's gesture magic. You have to practice gesturing things to happen. So you wave it into happening. Or there's pulling it, or there's pushing it. So one of your hands will only pull, and one of the other hand will only push. Okay, and then there's the spoken magic, where you find something that you know, like in the Bible, that you can speak into being. You can claim, that's like bring in. Everything in magic is coming in or going out. There's appearing or disappearing. Turning things into thought form, and then throwing that energy out like Tai Chi. You know, you flow it, you bring it into the flow, but then you flow it out. Right, and this is the greatest secret above all secrets. And you must not tell anyone too much about that, okay? Because it's got to be kept quite secret. But hypnotists can control people's dreams to the point of, if the person so desires that thing, so like I wanted to skateboard, I wanted to do a 360 off of a ramp, so I couldn't do it, kept slamming and hurting myself and really hurting myself. But the hypnotist says, tonight I want you to dream, and you are going to dream a dream, and you're going to see full and clearly of yourself doing this dream. And in this dream you will go through the motions of you doing, you'll see yourself doing this. As you'll stand back as a second person, you'll see yourself doing this. And you'll do that 360 off that ramp. You'll feel the beautiful air as it flows around you. And you'll be flying through your dream. And you'll see the whole action. And you will follow it through. And you will make a great landing. And I did. From then on, I could do that all the time. And I even started doing it the other way around too, spinning front side instead of just back side. And anyway, so he told me this. He told me that this is what we can do. We can control your dream. We can make it become a reality. And he said the truth is there is something called self-hypnosis, where you can control your reality too. And that's why I told you to do the cloud thing. Because you've got to practice it on the earth. Now I know the earth thing, you cast demons down into hell. So you practice that. And then there's water. Well, clouds are made out of water. And wind, you try to control the wind. You find what it is in you that controls the wind. I said the word Fujin. And I said them slowly and apart. And then I said them together. Then I command the wind to do as I ask. And eventually it does. And then once you've gone earth, water and wind, then you do fire. You have to get people to believe in that group again. Believe of something going to happen in fire. And I asked somebody, because there's these symbols on the cards. They're all related to the universe and magic. It's all interrelated. You are the universe and the universe is you. So there are these 5 signs in magic and tarot cards. There is cup, sword, wand, pentacle. Okay, so cups, it's a vessel. There's lots of references in the Bible of people using that. Even Jesus says, take this cup from me. Swords is like working. And with swords you're chopping. And it's also the word, speaking the word. So the cup is your body, like taking it into your body, or your body, something with your body. The sword is the word. And the wand is the power. And the pentacle, which is the last one, I don't know what the other one was. Clubs or something weird. You'll have to figure out what that is, go back to tarot cards and figure that stuff out. But the last one is Pentacle. And Pentacle is a star, and it means the 5 elements. So all at once you need to have the same sort of relational thing as to working out what is your 5 elements. Now if you've worked through your 5 elements, then you'll know. So there's this little trick you can do. It's a divination thing. You get some cards and you turn them, shuffle them up, and then you attempt on your own to work out what's behind the card. If you can get another person, get them to draw them and look at them, and then you try to read their mind. And what happens is they will picture it, and eventually, if you've starved enough, and if you are perceptive, just tell them to send it to you, and your mind will pretty much just will pick it up. Eventually, the brain, it guards, but eventually it opens out. So I find that I get half right, half wrong, and it's not always right. And eventually, after a while, you start getting all of them right, and then you start to get it just totally right. And people just don't know how you did that. Yeah, so there's that. You train that, and it's spontaneity, predictability, stuff like that. Some people try to define as to say they think they know what's going on in the universe, so they read the horoscopes, they assume that because it's based on astrology and numbers and things. Numbers are very sacred. Some people use this stuff called leet, where it mixes up characters and they become a word. And a lot of phone numbers are based on stuff you said while you were talking to the phone operator guy who came to fix it. Yeah, and he uses those numbers in your characters on your Wi-Fi and so forth. So practice that, and try practicing focusing on a point in your house somewhere where you feel energies that can be manipulated. Some people put lemon juice inside a Coke bottle and shake it around, and they have copper wires in it. They throw in some dishwashing, some laundry powder. They shake that around, they tip it out, and they leave it around for the energies to get into it. And the lemon and the copper reacts, creating an energy field, like a battery. And in your body, if you've touched it, has linked your DNA to it. And that makes you able to pull. With your right hand you pull, and the left hand you push. Don't tell anybody, that's the greatest secret of all. Like or subscribe. I better get off this and upload it now. Well, thanks for listening. If you bothered, no one does. But that's the truth, that I see cracks happen all the time. Your fields have collapsed. Energies, you turn off a machine, it cracks as it shrinks. But on occasion, when I feel pain, things crack, properly crack. Alright? Thanks.